So Betty Smith is going to speak now. She's the East Town historian. Everyone named her as such. And she's also one of the faces of the mural. So I know she'll have some excellent words for us.
To God be the glory for the things He has done. All of this is the Lord's work, and it's wondrous in our eyes. I wish to thank first all of those who brought forth whatever little bit that you put in to make this a successful mural, and we are so thankful. Now you have the mural that you're going to drive by and see, but you don't know the history behind the mural, because this is Joplin, Missouri. Not over there, not that way, it's right here. And that's what you're going to hear about today. Let us begin with going one block and turning left, and you would go to John Cox's property, and that's where a little black slave boy found lead in a creek. And that was the beginning of mining in Joplin, Missouri, East Town. And that's when you go to the museum, you will find all that you need to know about mining in Joplin, Missouri. And our second thing, when you leave Chicago, St. Louis, and you head for Joplin, that's Route 66 right there. And we have always had everything we needed on Route 66. When you turn the corner after you left Castle Rock, you would be on St. Louis Avenue, North St. Louis. And there you would find the Ebony Club and a nightclub that had a motel that housed the soldiers, because you couldn't go stay in the other motels. And so, therefore, when you came down St. Louis, you would be at the corner of Broadway in St. Louis. Over to the right there, you would see Gladys's Heidelberg Inn. And she had all of the shells, fish shells, all different kinds that made up her landscape. And then around there was the little houses that was rented for guests. And that's exactly where Pat Johnson's Auto Sales is today. Everything we needed was on Broadway. And as you came this direction, you would find a potato shop, motorcycle shop. You would find anything that had to do with a car. You would find Johnny Powers' Tire Shop, which was also the Gilmore family, which is the African-American family. And then over there to your left, you would find always was a restaurant in where Virginia Jeans is now, where the Hackett Hot Wings moved from. And they stayed there just long enough to really make it a move that was great. But they had their roots in East Town. And you know, all of you, I'm sure, have been at Hackett's one time or another. And then as you come on down, you will find Me's Cafe. And she's there open to serve you all kind of soul food that is so enjoyable. And as you come on this way, we also had newspapers, and it was not the Joplin Globe. It was the Uplift, and it was printed by Mrs. Tutt, who was also a teacher at Lincoln School. And then when you left there, next door was a black doctor, and he saved my hand because I had a Roman candle in my hand, and it broke half in two and burned my hand to where it was like this. And I had to go to his office, and his nurse, who was the choir leader's mother, she poured stuff on my hand, and I have all use of it. And that's the reason I can write so many things about Easttown. And I don't want you to ever forget about Easttown, because if you don't have the history to work with your mural, then something's missing. And so as you come on down, we had pool hall. My husband and I had the rib shack. We also had apartments above the pool hall. And also there was grocery stores, all varieties, and everyone that wanted to buy anything was at the grocery store. And then there was Dr. Pepper. And they were the ones who blew the whistle at 10, 2, and 4 for you to drink your Dr. Pepper. And they also gave cards to us as children where we could go. They were called knothole cards. And we could go to Joplin Minor Park, which is Blasters now, but Joplin Miners Park to see all of the games, including the Kansas City Monarchs, who came and put on exhibitions. And then as we come on down, here's the mural, but I wanted you to have some history to go with the mural. And maybe you'll go and try to check out some more history, because that's just the tip of the iceberg. And and if any time that you need more, call me, I'm available. I want to thank the Joplin Globe, Carol Starks, and the reporters, because whenever we have they're our voice. And whenever we had anything, they were right there to help us, and we want them to know that. And we thank all of you for being here today. But remember, there's something else that goes with the mural. And that's history.